Some of the Tsukiji market's best seafood ends up in the expert hands of chef Yousuki Imada, one of Tokyo's premier sushi chefs and the proprietor of Sushi Kyubei. Chef Imada has been making Edo, or Tokyo-style sushi, for over 47 years, and he knows exactly what to look for when selecting quality fish and shellfish. The sushi menu at Kyubei features some of the great denizens of the deep. Kyubei is famous for its pristine specimens of gizzard shad, bonito tuna, Thai snapper, rock cod, and flounder. The shellfish selections are equally as impressive and include freshly harvested abalone, red clam, scallops, and geoduck clams. The freshwater eels here, known as unagi, are house-smoked and then delicately lacquered to order with the restaurant's special glaze. The prawns at Kyubei are kept alive until the very last moments before they're served to the diner. After a quick dunk in boiling water, the shells are removed, and within seconds, the prawns, still quivering, are placed atop a pad of rice and are ready to be eaten. It's important to know that sushi is not actually raw fish. The word sushi actually refers to anything that's served with vinegared short-grain rice. And no matter how fresh the fish, you can't have good sushi without properly prepared rice. Rice is as important to sushi as good bread is to a sandwich. The correct rice for making sushi is short-grained polished rice, a variety of rice that has just the right level of starch, allowing the rice grains to cling together to keep the finished pieces of sushi intact. After sushi rice is cooked, it's transferred to a shallow wooden tub made of unfinished cypress called a hangiri. The steaming rice is then mixed with rice wine vinegar, sugar, and salt. The hangiri helps to absorb the rice's excess moisture and keeps it from cooling too quickly, which makes the rice too firm to work with. A wooden spatula called a shamoji is used to cut rather than mix the vinegar mixture into the rice. This technique prevents damaging the rice grains or overworking the starches. After the rice is blended, it's covered with a cloth and kept warm until service. Before assembling his sushi pieces, Chef Imada grates fresh wasabi on a traditional shark skin grater called oroshi ita. This wasabi is the real deal, not the imitation wasabi paste that's nearly always served in sushi bars and Japanese restaurants outside of Japan. Artificial wasabi is actually a concoction of Chinese mustard, horseradish, and green food coloring. Real wasabi is made from a Japanese rhizome, or a root-like stem that grows above the ground on the banks of cold mountain streams. It's rare and expensive, but unlike the acrid, sinus-burning artificial variety, real wasabi greets the palate with a brief spike of heat, followed by a delicate mustard-like flavor and a cool, lingering finish. Chef Imada moves on to demonstrate hand-pressed sushi, a type of sushi called nigiri sushi. The chef's deft handwork belies the complexity of these seemingly simple motions. With fingers that are moistened with vinegar to prevent the rice from sticking, the chef grabs a small pad of rice. A slice of fish is then placed in the other hand and smeared with a hint of wasabi. The rice and the fish are pressed firmly together with 2 fingers. The piece is then turned over and pressed once again. Presto, nigiri sushi is made. Oshi Zushi, translated as pushed sushi, originated near the city of Osaka in the southern Kansai region of Japan. Oshi Zushi is a type of sushi that's formed by pressing rice and fish together in wooden molds. Shirou Komaki is the chef at Sushiman, an Osaka restaurant that's been pressing out Oshi Zushi for over 35 years. Sushiman's signature dish is Kodai Suzumi sushi, molded sushi that's made with marinated young sea bream and wrapped in thin, transparent layers of kombu seaweed. Chef Komaki begins the process by salting and marinating sea bream fillets overnight. The next day, the fillets are butterflied with the fish's skin left covering 1/2 of the fillet. The fish is then placed on the bottom of the mold so the skin side faces out for the presentation. Seasoned rice is pressed down on top of the fish. The cover of the mold is placed on top of the rice and firm pressure is applied to pack the fish and the rice together. Once the sushi is unmolded, the process is repeated and 2 of the finished sushi pieces are placed side by side. A transparent, gelatin-like sheet of braised, thinly sliced kombu seaweed is placed on top of a bamboo leaf that's been soaked in alcohol and then dry roasted until it takes on the texture of parchment. The unmolded sushi is placed on top of the kombu, and another thin layer of kombu is added on top to enclose the sushi. Besides functioning as the sushi's outside wrapping, the bamboo leaf adds a smoky, woodsy flavor to the encased sushi. Now that it's wrapped and labeled with a Sushiman seal, this Oshi Zushi is ready for takeout.